Hey guys, it's Mark. I'm working on the dishes. I like doing dishes. I'm one of those strange. Of course, I mess up every time too. You don't necessarily have to see my face, I don't think. Anyway, yeah. Working on the dishes. Huh. The water's cold. I don't understand why the water's cold. Although she is doing the laundry, so maybe that takes, maybe doing the laundry takes all the hot water. I would probably think it should, huh? So, anyway, I'm going to dry the dishes that I already washed. Oh, Lord. I don't know, you guys. I'm just, another day. I've already talked about in 2 different videos how I messed up today, so probably won't mention that again. Yeah, just trying to learn. I'm doing this one on my phone, and I'm not nearly as familiar with how to tape myself on my phone as I am on Zoom on the computer. So, yeah. Yep. Hope you guys are doing well. I really like all of you on social media. I think TikTok's my favorite, and then maybe, even though I'll be considered a criminal for saying this, maybe Facebook's is my next favorite. Only because I have a lot of personal friends on there, and I don't seem to have, in my own accounts, I don't seem to have very many personal friends on X or LinkedIn. Those. I've got business friends on LinkedIn, and I've got business friends on Alignable. So yeah, I think those 2, and then the next 2 would be probably LinkedIn and X, only because I use them a lot in the business, and they're big. And of course, Alignable is kind of one of my favorites because it's got a very nurturing business support community. I like that about it. And then I don't know, I like Skylar, but I'm very new to Skylar and I don't know much about it yet. And I just thought of Lemonade, but I'm hardly ever. I think I've only been on Lemonade once ever, so it's supposed to be the TikTok alternative in case TikTok gets banned, which is, after 2 temporary bans, it's looking less and less like it really will be banned. At least under the Trump administration, anyway. What else? I don't know. Something else. Some other things. Clapper. I don't know much about. Clubhouse, I don't know much about. One of those 2 is audio only. I think it's Clubhouse. Yeah, so I just, I do what I can. I just wanted to get in here and get some of these dishes farther along. Whether to wash these with cold water. I think I won't. I like to do dishwashing. I fancy myself as a dishwasher. I worked very briefly as a dishwasher and I really liked it. So yeah, let's just go back in my room and figure out what the hell I'm doing. Alright, so I'm in between Zoom Zoom shows because I stopped one show and then Zoom says you can start your next show almost immediately, and they're probably right. I just have never proved it to myself, but I am running let me show you here. I am running and I don't know what it'll do. As you can see, I'm running a timer. I've been out of Zoom for 8 minutes. That's probably more than enough, although I feel more reassured if I wait until get an email message that says your cloud recording from Zoom is ready, but I haven't gotten that yet, so I'm going to go ahead and start a new Zoom, thinking that over time I'm going to shorten the amount of time I wait in between until I know the real amount of time. It could be 1 or 2 minutes only, I don't know. So I'm going to push the link to my Zoom. I noticed that the first Zoom I do of the day, Zoom has me sign in every time. I think my computer's gotten infected so much that it no longer remembers me the way it used to. Alright, so we're here. I'm going to go ahead and do
This meeting is being recorded.
Hello everyone, welcome to Mark Isaac Potter Presents. Today we're visiting with ourselves. I'm also recording this on my phone simultaneously because I was in the kitchen doing dishes. I feel very tired. I may take a nap, but I also want to record that I'm going to start a social media posting group called PNPN07, which I talked about a couple of videos back. And once I work on that for 3 or 4 days and get 10 to 20 shows out on social media, I'll then send that list to the list of guests that were social media'd and let them know. I like to do that. So yeah, I thought as I said earlier, I thought I had a PNPN06. So far I haven't found it. I looked in Google Docs and I didn't see it. And I looked twice there. I'm going to re-look in my email to see if it's there. Let me do that. I gotta move the computer a little bit to see the keyboard. I have a very unusual keyboard that's oh boy. Okay. Let's see. Maybe there is one here that I missed it before. I'll be darned. There could possibly be. Okay. Well, Lord Jesus. Okay. I'll be darned. Huh. Well, that is just the bee's knees. What is this anyway? Huh. This is, how can this be this big already? This is very weird. This one might be I don't know, I've got it written down as a PN06, but it's got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30 things in it already. Seems like that's really a PN05 in disguise. Let's go look. This is Every show has a number, so these numbers are 203-710 down to, or up to, depending on your 203-932. So it's 710 to 932. I'm going to go look for a PN05, as I suspect this is really just the 05 stuff. Because when I do the new one, I usually carry the old one over temporarily. Yep, that's what that is. Huh. Okay, so there's not one that's complete or even started. I think I've social media 2 or 3 shows at least, and I think I can find evidence of that at Facebook, but I don't see it here. I'm going to go double check my desktop again. We've done all these once before, but I'm doing them all again. Let's see if I can. Oh boy, oh boy. Huh. Let's see, PN 06. No items match your search. Maybe it still says PN5 and it's the new PN6 beginning. No items match your search. Okay. All right, well, all right, let's go over to Facebook and see. Because this, damn it. This PN5 was done on Saturday. I don't think I put the time of day, but I do know what show. It's 932, so if I go to Facebook, which I do not want to do right now, and I look at my feed, look at my feed. I don't have this on share screen right now, but I could. I just have to click the button, I guess. As I do this stuff, I am slowly learning. It takes me years to learn something that someone else would learn in 7 minutes, but okay, according to this, I taped something 18 hours ago. That one was a shorts, so. And then I taped a show, 203550. I taped a bunch of stuff, so I'll make a list. Wow. Yeah, so I'm going to take this email that says PN006, and I'm going to make it a real PN6. I thought that I would, it's a new thing, by the way. I think that I will, when I send out the PN06s, I'm going to also send the most recent previous set of social media posts, which would be the 30 down here right now. Those are the 5s. And I may not. I may change my mind, but alright, so here we are. Alright, I'm gonna, yeah, okay, so I might change the color. The previous group was black colored. Just distinguish the two things. I might do that. See, I could make them green or red or something. Let's do red maybe for now. So I've got a 203 something. Facebook will tell me again here. I have a 203550, which is Mark Potter, Potter Palms. So we'll do that, and then once I get this caught up, I can start new stuff. 203550. That says Mark Isaac Potter was the guest. This was years ago. We taped this one in the studio. Alright. And then, okay. And we have 203549, which is another Mark Isaac Potter. We could probably just copy this. Oh God. I swear, these computers. The way they work and the way they skip things and jump around and cursors jump around all over the place, and the email you're working on diminishes itself down into the corner and all kinds of crap. Alright, so that was 203549. This one's going to be 203548, which is Pam Spar. And again, these were all done years ago. Oh my God, what? Okay. Oh Lord. Alright. 203548 dash Pam Spar. Okay. Oh my God. Let's see here. And then we have, at least you can't see me yawning because I've got it on screen share. This one is 203543, John Amon. 543. Okay. 203. Alright, that happened. Alright. Oh my God. Alright, here's a 203933, which is one that should have been on the last list and wasn't. So oh my God. So I guess I'll put it in here, but since it's such a high number, you know, like 400 numbers higher than the group I'm working right now, I'll make sure and put it at the bottom of the group. Oh. Boy, oh boy. Ugh. Alright, folks. So that's going to be called version 2 of the BN06, which I really ought to shorten. Maybe, I don't know if I will. Oh, God. I'm glad you guys can't see me yawning, although you will be able to at some point very soon. I seem to yawn a lot on camera. Seems to be my thing somehow. Alright, I'm going to do like both a P6 and then I'm going to do a P06 and I'm going to do a PN06. And of course, we already have the PN06. Oh, that. That way we can test them all to see which ones are still good search terms. Some of them probably will be duplicated in other things. Oh yeah, you're over there. Okay. Forgot about that. So I have one video with me on the camera, and I have one video with a share screen. So, all right. Oh my God. All right. So, given that in the group I'm in, the last one was 543. We'll go back and look. I'm going to make a paper record first, and then oh Lord, oh one of these two, both of these phones are on perilously low perilously low number of charging percentages. So I'm plugging in the 605 phone. I probably ought to look and see whether this one is oh my God.